Imagine you are running a supermarket in a huge crowd of other supermarkets, and every one of your shoppers has the ability to teleport to any one of the other supermarkets at any given moment. So you have visitors that are looking around, filling items to their carts, and then poof, they're gone. And here, of course, they have a lot of things that could distract them from the shopping experience. And if at any point they get distracted, they can just decide to vanish. And this is in a situation where getting their attention in the beginning is already hard. Then turning them into paying customers, even harder. So here's the secret that many beginning supermarkets don't know and don't understand. Most other supermarkets don't make money on their first sales. They are not profitable. Some of them are, but the vast majority are not. So starting a supermarket these days is really easy because you don't even need to own any of the products yourself. You don't need to carry inventory. You just connect your store to a manufacturer and you're off to the races. If that sounds good and easy, then it does come with a flip side, because what is easy won't separate you from the rest. So what's the answer then? If you don't want to be in this constant dogfight for new customers, then we need to start thinking strategically and we need to start retaining them, making them returning customers. Because instead of us always chasing new customers, we can instead focus on keeping the ones that we already have. And this works because in a world where every store feels the same, they operate the same, then keeping and retaining customers is the only way that you can compete. And the system is always going to be pay to play. You pay to have customers to your store. This is true whether it's SEO, whether it's content, whether it's YouTube videos, whether it's advertising, because nobody will see your advertisements or your store if you don't put in the effort. And nobody will come to your store just because you happen to have a good product or you happen to be a good person. Because the stores that cannot retain their customers, they are not able to spend, and the stores that can, they will simply outspend their competition and they'll be able to spend a lot more to get these new customers because they know that they'll make more money from repeat visits. So with this in mind, you can just ask yourself, what are your go-to stores? And then ask yourself, why do you keep coming back to them? Take for example a big store like Walmart or even your local convenience store. If they only sold to customers once, they of course wouldn't last very long at all, because retention is not just a nice to have, it's crucial for staying in business altogether. And yes, you need traffic, and yes, you need to convert that traffic to revenue, but you also need a plan for customers to keep coming back, because this is the last piece of the conversion funnel. If you're struggling to grow your store, improving retention can really help. And don't worry, there is an easy way to approach this with few key 80-20 elements that can get you the basics of retention covered, and getting those right can already take you quite far. So in this video, we'll explore the basic retention strategies, and we'll do this with tangible examples so you can put these examples into action. I myself, Samuel Larsen, founder of Grow Gurus, where I run a team of 6 specialists and work with dozens of mostly 7-figure stores, optimizing their storefronts for conversion and average order value. So if you run a successful store, you are looking to take it to the next level, then get in touch with me. You can do so through WhatsApp. There's a link below in the description. Now, let's dive into the strategies. But before I do that, a little disclaimer, a very important disclaimer. I'm going to assume here that your customer experience doesn't completely suck, because if it does, you need to fix that first, because no amount of tactics will be enough to overcome a shitty customer experience. So with that disclaimer out of the way, let's jump into the retention strategies. Number 1, we have personalized email campaigns that happen to increase the post-purchase engagements. The idea here is to stay in touch after a purchase, to build a relationship with your new customers, because this is something that will have them have a warm and fuzzy emotional connection to your brand, increasing the likelihood of future purchases. This is you simply building a relationship with them by sending a thank you email, a multiple one of those, requesting feedback on what you can do better, outlining your brand, etc. If you offer these aftercare attention and tips for the purchased product, then the customer is also much more likely to be successful with that product. So you can do that, and it also gives you an opportunity to introduce related products or services in those follow-up communications to spark that important second purchase and spark interest in future purchases as well. So you want to scratch that itch a little bit there. Then also you can do replenishment reminders. So just check your purchase data to send timely reminders when customers are likely to need a refill or a replacement if you have a consumable. Also, you can do this with incentives, offering incentives like discounts for ordering before they run out. Also very powerful to get them to move on to that second purchase. Second strategy, subscriptions. So you essentially start with a recurring element. Now, this is a very wide area and very wide topic. Surprisingly, many products actually can have a subscription element to it. Nobody would have thought that you could do this, for example, with videos or TV shows, etc. But Netflix has done it. Then you have Amazon with Amazon Prime. So the sky is the limit here. You can come up with very creative subscription services because anything from a community to maintenance to digital products can work. So just be open-minded, innovate, and test. In general, ongoing consumables are of course great for this. For example, if you have an air purification company, you can build a filter subscription into that business model. Or a coffee maker, they might make their money not when people buy the coffee maker, but when they use it with their capsules. And the capsules then can be something where they make their money and the front-end machine is actually sold at a loss. Strategy number 3, retargeting ads. So something pretty straightforward, but can help build those touch points to get people back to your store, to not forget that you exist. Now, don't go crazy on this one because customers are often expensive to acquire, but they're also often expensive to reacquire. So you should be a bit more careful about this because oftentimes this can look to be very profitable, but you might also just turn and pay for those customers that could have come back to buy from you without any market. However, we found that if you have the advertising campaign, you can really make good money from this. But again, that disclaimer that we found that even if your ad platform shows really good numbers, you don't know if those people would have bought from you anyway, even without the ads. Number 4, a bit similar to subscriptions, but not as binding. So loyalty programs. These work because you will be able to have that exclusive access to create a sense of privilege and community. The idea here is to motivate customers to continue engaging with your brand. And here you can do this by offering special perks like early access to new products, members only discounts, or for example, invitations to special events. Now, I recommend promoting these benefits through targeted communications to make these members feel valued and special. So don't just blast it all over the internet. Rather, be specific and make people feel like they have earned it, that this was something that was specifically targeted for them, because this is much more likely to stroke their ego and have them go through it. Now, before we continue with the rest of the strategies, kindly like and subscribe to the channel to get more helpful e-commerce tips for merchants like yourself. And if you want to connect, message me on WhatsApp or book a call, link in the description. And let's continue. Number 5, engaging content like this. Do that so that you can have a flow on how to max out your product. So you have the beginning flow. There you can talk about the problem, the solution, etc. Walking people into the product. But you can also have the after product. So how to use it, what to pair it with, what's the lifestyle of this product user. Say if you are selling something healthy, you can have content around that, which can also expand your top of market reach. This increases the likelihood of results while building a connection to deliver value for the customer. A well-known example of this could be, say, Nike's Nike Plus Running Club, which includes a mobile app and community features. And this kind of program is sticky because not only does it revolve around the product, it helps users track their usage of the product. So tracking their runs, sharing their progress, joining challenges, creating a sense of community and motivation, etc. So it is helpful for the user. It actually adds value to the product, but it not only promotes the Nike's product, but also connects these customers personally to the brand. And this builds loyalty and engagement. Strategy number 6, time-limited offers. These offers, they work on a principle of discount ladders. And you don't want to get stuck on discounting all the time, of course, because it can erode your margins very quickly. But this can still be a powerful move to nudge people to the next step. And a good example of a limited time offer is Walmart's Black Friday sale, When the doors open on Black Friday at dawn, shoppers can find great deals, like say a 50-inch TV for just under $300 for the first 100 customers only. And this urgency entices these customers to shop because they want to save money and snag the absolute best items before they sell out. And having these offers then will also show the store how much they care about your needs. Especially on a holiday, you can use things like this. And by the way, there's always going to be some kind of an excuse that you can do, whether it's Veterans Day or whatever association has their day. There's hundreds of them throughout the year. Point number 7, the customer is getting their package. How does the packaging look? If you have a memorable unboxing experience, it's going to be very powerful. Think of Apple, for example, and the great unboxing experience you have with them. That is something that leaves a very lasting impression to you and gets people to return to Apple's products. So once you've had that positive experience, it's a bit of an emotional spike and you want to return to that emotional spike. Just think how ridiculous it is that people buy every iPhone, even though iPhone 14 is say 2% better maximum than iPhone 13, they need to have the newest one. This is partly because of that reason. There's no excuse, no reason to not add something branded to the order or even a note to these orders if you have the opportunity to control it this way. Because unboxing should feel like a special occasion. If you just want to sell and send the product, then Chinese people can do that as well. You can just order from there. It's going to be the same experience. So you can add a lot of value without making it expensive for yourself with these kinds of little things. Ideally, this is something that would even be shareable on social media, because this is an opportunity to reinforce your brand identity. Adding some kind of surprise and delight can make a big difference. So an unexpected extra to your packaging or some kind of trigger for positive emotional response, increasing the likelihood of repeat purchases. Now, these could of course be trial size versions of your products. Say, for example, if you have something that you can show a taste pack, for example, for other products, or any kind of small sample, those could be perfect. We also like exclusive discount codes for specific pairing products. Or if you don't have a very good system, you could also have it toward their next purchase. Now, the surprise factor here is important because that is something that can leave a lasting positive impression. So the more specific, the better. So for example, a handwritten note is better than a note. And we often like these physical thank you cards actually, and they can have a scannable QR code that you are able to change, and that can be a good default. Now you can also mix it in with different products, and that can be pretty powerful because a different card can go to a different product, and then you have pairing. So there you have it. To wrap up, I think it's time to put some of these strategies to action at least. So that was 7 different tips, and you'll be able to implement these fairly quickly. Nothing so complicated, and each one of them will get you closer to a very good retention. So start building those customer relationships today with any one of these strategies we tackled in this video. Share your experience in the comments. I'm looking forward to hearing back from you. What will you try first? What's your plan? And then don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more tips, and even better yet, if you wish to let us help grow your store, you can book a call by clicking the link in the description below. Thanks for watching. Cheers.